Hello again, and welcome back to another episode of the Welcome Home podcast. Today we are joined by Alex Vasquez, my son, Beatriz, right?
Yes.
And Nikki.
Hello.
And for those of you that have been watching, Beatriz has been on before talking about title and giving good information about title. But today we're going to talk about something special that these ladies are going to announce. And actually, with that said, right, let's just lead it off with that. Let's lead it off with why you're here.
Well, we're here to share the exciting news that we have opened our very own title company.
Yay!
Nice. Congrats. Congrats.
Thank you, Harmony Closing Co. And we're so excited. It's really been such a labor of love. And I mean, such an amazing experience to open up a company with like your best friends. We're missing our third counterpart.
Just doing closings.
One third of the
That's
magic.
what-
It's
Yeah.
just the three of us.
Exactly.
That's why we want it like this. We want it just the three of us. So she's like, she do the closing.
We love you, Chadlin. We miss
we
you.
love you, Charlie. We miss you.
She'll be on the next one. We'll bring her on the next one.
Yes.
So, ladies, let's chat it up. Let's chop it up and see. I got a couple of questions for you. First, before Alex has some questions, I'm sure too. But first, how is it? Well, let's back up. What's Harmony Closing Co? Like, talk to us about the name. Talk to us about what it is.
So, Chadlin and I, because we both actually we went to high school together. Chadlin and I met when I was a freshman in high school, and she was a junior
At Harmony High School.
at Harmony High School.
Right,
Yes.
that's the name.
She always
Yes.
forgets that part.
Exactly.
Always. Every
Oh,
time
every
she tells the
single
story, I'm
time
like,
I
you have
tell
to
the
tell
story.
them why it's called.
So we both went to Harmony High School. She was the editor-in-chief of the newspaper, and I was the assistant editor-in-chief.
Nice.
So we've been grinding since then.
Mhm.
And, because we both, as teenagers, said that we wanted to grow up and be in title, we both ended up
Every
in the
little
title.
girl's dream.
Sure.
Exactly. The glitz and the glamour of title. We ironically both ended up in title, and we started working together, and we worked at a bunch of other title companies together. And eventually we were like, we need to do this on our own. And then we approached Nikki and we were like, Nikki, you do amazing marketing.
And I had sworn off the real estate industry. I was never coming back.
That's what we all say.
I know.
Is that
I
what we all
know.
say?
I
Yeah.
know. But it's such a specific skill. And it's just I love it, and I forgot how much I liked it until she was like, okay, we're doing this. I don't care. Like, we're
Yeah.
doing this because we've been planning it for a year. So it took us a year to get to the point of announcing.
Mhm.
So every single conversation that has been going on has always been like, we're doing this at our own pace. We're going to do it right. We're going to go slow. We're going to do it the way we want, and we're going to do it the right way because we've all been in other places and other jobs and even in other industries where you have no control over how people are treated
Right.
through the entire process.
So after leaving real estate the first time, how long did it take for you to come back and join us?
It was about 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I retired for 2 years. It was great. I stayed home. My husband works from home, so that was great. Because he's in the house all day, every day, and then I was also. And then my mother retired, and then both of my children are homeschooled, so we're just like
Too much
fabulous
happening at home,
family.
right?
Too much happiness.
Yeah.
It was too much of it. So I was like, I want to start getting back out there, and I've been doing, keeping in contact with all of my agent friends and all, everyone I've met and helping them with their branding and marketing. And I have girlfriends that are in different industries, and I help them with branding and marketing. And I've worked for the Waldorf Astoria, and I've done
Nice.
different brands and stuff like that in Orlando.
Mhm.
But it's just not. I just don't like the transactional relationship at all. I'm not a salesperson at all. And so I'm not a great like marketer on my own, like I don't want to sell myself,
Right.
So I've always been excited to have that value to give to agents, but I don't want to charge them for it because they shouldn't be paying for it anyway. Like most of the agents that I help with, my first advice to them is don't spend money on marketing right now. You're not making enough money.
Mhm.
That's what I tell most people that I meet. So it's really cool that I get to help people and I get to help them with their branding and marketing, and they have no expectation and I have no expectation, from them. It just makes it much easier for
You
me to give you
flow.
all my value
Yeah.
because none of it costs anything.
Mhm.
And then you get to have a relationship with my company. And if we service you amazingly well and your clients, which I know we will, then it'll be great. And we'll both enjoy each other's company along the way. It's just, that's how we have built our business and our relationships. Everyone that Beatrice meets, all of her agents that are loyal to her, all of the coworkers that she's ever had, they follow her, same with Chadlin and same with me. It's because we've made relationships with people that we like because they
That's what
like
it's
us.
about.
And
That's what it's
easy.
all about. It's all about relationships. I say that in every part of our business. Alex has been taught that since we started in the business together, and he started. It's all about relationships.
100%.
And so let me ask you. So you're for Harmony Closing Company. You are You're in charge of marketing, correct?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Branding and marketing.
Branding and marketing.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
the three of us, we're all very good at all of the things.
Right.
So she's great at marketing. She's great at sales. She's great at processing.
Okay.
Chadlyn is great at she doesn't think she's good at sales, but Chadlyn's great at sales.
Chadlyn is like Rain Man.
She's Rain Man.
Like she's just good at everything. Honestly, it's
Good.
impressive. Like you throw anything at her and she's gonna learn it and then
Yeah.
be the best at it
Yeah.
every single time.
Yeah.
Like
Good.
she has that.
She gives us
that
the
thing.
confidence to sell the product.
Honestly,
Because
Excellent.
I would not be able to look an agent in the eye and be like, I promise we'll take care of your clients unless I had Chadlyn. Because
Got
I
it.
have no idea what I'm doing on a title file,
Right.
so
Yeah,
I have no
she does.
confidence giving any value to you in the title area. But I have her, so I'm like, I'm golden.
which
That's
is
cool.
funny because Nikki, like her origin story isn't in title. She was a realtor. And
Right.
that's how she
Oof.
got into the branding.
Yeah.
Because she was just really good at marketing
Mhm.
realtors. She was selling homes, but then she started doing all the branding
I did not sell a lot. I hated every second of selling a house. I loved being an agent because I loved meeting people and having the relationships. But if at the end of the day, if you want to see 75 houses and not buy one from me, I'm fine. This is fun. I'm having the best time of my
Because
life.
you're just having fun
Right.
talking,
Yeah.
about it, right?
And
get
I
it.
got to do all the marketing, and that's what I loved. So it was like fine. So I didn't have I didn't want it to be transactional. Like, that's just not part of my personality. So when you're an agent, you have to be very intentional about your relationships with your clients.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's all, again, relationships, right? And so you ladies now have this company, and each of you have your role within the company. And so what makes Harmony Closing Company different from all the other title companies? What are these agents that are watching us and these people and these sellers and buyers that are watching us and listening to us right now want to know
Can I take
that
this?
Yes,
that
please.
makes you different?
Okay, so like the whole trope of like for us, by us, like when somebody from a specific area starts making their own thing and they're like, this is from the people or this is from the specific group because I am one of them, that identity factor.
Mhm.
So both of them were in the little title factory as processors, working their little their fingers to the bones. Like they worked so hard. Chadla was closing how many files on her first month? Like her best month? It was like in the 60s.
Yeah.
So most companies don't do that. And Chadlyn was closing those by herself. So it got to the point of like, you can be really good and we can ramp as fast as we want and we can make as much money as we want, but what's more important and how do we want to scale and, like scale the business?
Mhm.
So what was I saying? What was his question?
What makes us different?
What makes
Oh,
you
yeah.
different?
I was getting there. I was like, wait, I lost my thought, but I was getting there. So what makes us different is
bringing you back in.
yes,
Here
I
we
got
go.
you. Because they have that experience, they can have the perspective of this is the best way to process a file, and this is the best way to service the customer, the buyer and the seller.
Mhm.
And they have that perspective. So they're like, we made a title company for the processors.
Okay.
Okay. So they know how to process because they did it physically doing it. Like, I don't know how to do that, right? But because they did it themselves, they know the best way to do it. They know the tools that they need. They know how to replicate it on a larger scale. They're directors of operations at these companies. They're implementing the systems at these companies. So we know already the best things to do and don't do in that area. And for me, being an agent, I can say the same thing. So our title company has a perspective of an agent because on a real estate transaction, I most of the time have no idea what's going on in the file. I only know if the title company tells me.
Mhm.
So that relationship between the title company and the agent is my specialty because that's where I shine. So what makes us different is those are our priorities. Our priorities is the customer service that the buyer and seller gets because that's how we service our agents. And we service our agents like family because they are. And I know it's a trope, but I'm just saying that for like, so you can you understand like the marketing behind it? We treat everybody as if they're already our favorite agent because most of the people that we work with that we have already known knew us because
Before.
we told them
Yeah, and
that we are starting a company.
And I'm sure that because of the service you provided in your previous locations, that's going to transfer into now your touch on Harmony Closing Co.
Right.
Right?
Correct.
So our very first clients are the people closest to us and that believe in
Right.
us and support us anyway. So we speak to them through our marketing. So it's all based in gratitude. Our entire marketing strategy is exactly the same I used when I was an agent My
Love it.
entire real estate strategy was client referrals, based my business off of that. And then I started teaching classes and telling agents how to do that and replicate that. So I do the same exact thing for our marketing. Our marketing is exactly the same setup, exactly the same scale,
Mhm.
and we're just figuring out how that works in the company, and how we want to speak to people and what people we want to speak to is
Love it.
another big thing.
I like it.
Thank
I
you.
like it.
Thank you.
What do you got?
I don't know. What do you got?
Well, I got a bunch of stuff, right?
Shoot.
So, what is it like now for you ladies as business owners versus employees, right? Because in real estate, it's funny. We're business owners, right? Because yeah, we work under a brand, whatever brand that is. In our case, we work under La Rosa Realty, right? But our brand is H6 Homes,
Mhm.
hence the H6 Homes team, right? And so H6 Homes is our brand, it's our business, and so that's gonna follow me for forever, right?
Mhm.
In your case, previously you were employees of another brand, another company, and now you have to manage both, right? And so, what is that like for you, transitioning?
That's been honestly such an exciting thing. I feel like everything that we've experienced prior to this has been honestly leading us to it. I feel like we were so ready once we're in it. It's like every day we wake up and we look around in the office and we're like, guys, we're doing this. Like, this is for real. I feel like um, we've just been so blessed to jump into it like head first. And, it's all been a learning curve, of course, but it's so exciting to every morning get up and get to the office like bright and early and not be dreading it and be so excited to hit those phones and make those phone calls and do those touches and call that agent and follow up with this and send that email, but also remember the tech guy and I need to set up the Spectrum because the building Wi-Fi is not great and do this and that.
We have a
It's
joke that
million
the three of us never need to be at 100%. We all each need to be like 33.999999999% to make the 100.
Exactly.
So like when she's having a day, we've got it. So like it's been a learning curve. We're still not used to it. We're
Mhm.
still like, oh, this feels weird not working, or like I'm taking too much time and enjoying my weekend. What's happening? And like we're being a little bit more intentional about it.
Mhm.
And like when I tried to like, because like you said, it's your business 24/7.
Yep.
It doesn't end. I'm laying in bed last night making templates on Canva, like I can barely see.
Yep.
That's just how it is. And so we've come to realize that work-life harmony works much better than
Right.
work-life balance in the real estate industry.
And to almost touch back on like why harmony, I think that that's the biggest thing. I think that we've all worked in the industry in different places and seen how at certain title companies, you're truly giving them, and not just title companies, like in the real estate industry, it's fully an immersive industry. It is a lifestyle.
Your phone doesn't stop
And
ringing.
You have to give so much of yourself to it, right? And we've opened this company to show gratitude to the people that have, followed us along the way and thank them for everything that they've done and to give back as well to those people and to the community. And because we always say Harmony Closing Co., the co is for community. Because we believe
I like that.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
we believe in pouring back in different ways, and we want to give back to the agent community with gratitude and love and give all of our resources up front because we don't believe in gatekeeping, and we want to see you guys succeed, and we want to succeed together with you. And
Love it.
it's just been so exciting to do this on our own
Yeah,
for
and-
us, and it's so much more rewarding. So much more
Title
rewarding.
is so
Good for you.
competitive,
It is.
especially in Orlando.
Just like real estate, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're in
the
a
good thing
very
for us
competitive-
is like we can just sit over here and vibe with our music, and anybody that comes by that likes our music can join. Like we are here for our people, and if you're not our people, that's okay. Like
Uh-huh.
we're not here to take over the world and open 1 billion offices and be the number one. Like that's not us. Like we're here to make our lives bearable and enjoyable and fun and have a legacy that we can leave to our children and like build something meaningful
Mhm.
that exists outside of us,
And make a positive impact in the real estate community through it. as
Yeah,
Love
well.
it.
I have something too. So earlier we touched on the reason of Harmony. You kind of went to the Harmony High School thing, but you
Yes.
never really went to depth of what you were just saying, listening to music
Mm.
and
Yeah, absolutely. So if you come visit our office, you're going to walk into what feels like a recording studio. There's vinyl albums everywhere. We believe that music is the one universal language. It's something that everybody enjoys at, whatever capacity, whatever different kinds of music you might listen to. everyone loves music.
Mhm.
And we just want to create an atmosphere where everyone feels welcome, that's just equally diverse as the community that we serve, which, the real estate community, you find all sorts of people. And we are here to love on every single person, and everyone that walks through our doors is a space for you. Our office is a space for you. So if you like what I'm saying, stop by our office, bring a vinyl, bring your vibes. We're going to hang out. We're going to have a great
We
time.
have jam sessions, and like
Yes.
we're having a branding jam session coming up where like a cluster of agents come and just sit in our intimate office, and we just listen to music and we talk about branding and marketing and sales and real estate or whatever that's relevant to them in the moment. So we're going to start doing them, and if they're successful, we're going to start doing them, like offering them like to teams and brokerages as well. Like if
I
you want to
love
have a
that.
jam session in your place, we can come host one there.
That's cool.
Just to give us a little bit. But it is the three of us. And the way that we built this business is we want to be able to handle the business, the three of us only, for as long as we can,
Mhm.
and kind of build up and to the point where, okay, now we're going to offset some of this and we're going to hire some people.
Right.
But we're not going to come in and hire a whole bunch of people and get a whole bunch of files and then nothing's in place and the processes isn't
Right, systems.
working. Right.
Yeah, everything's about systems. And guys, those of you that are listening to us right now, we've been to the office. Obviously, we have a relationship.
Yes.
And so I think whoever is listening, if you have interest, I suggest that you guys go visit these ladies in their office, check out the location, check out what you have available to you. The jam sessions are going to be really cool because it's educational based too, right? Like
Yeah.
as an agent, let me ask you, as an agent, even though you may not work a lot of seller sides, but as a buyer's agent, do you find value in being able to go to the office and learn about marketing and how to brand yourself and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Something that Bea and Nikki were talking about earlier is having the ability to access those resources as an agent, and just knowing the other side of the transaction always helps, and you can portray that confidence to your client.
Yeah.
So I think it's beneficial on multiple different levels to you as an agent and to the client
Yeah.
without them really even knowing.
And the whole community, the
Yeah.
entire community benefits from more educated agents. It
Absolutely.
makes our jobs
100%.
much easier.
Yeah.
It makes the public's jobs more easier. Just sit back and buckle up because you can trust your agent, Like
Yep.
we love that about real estate and the way that we're doing it.
I like it too. So when did you officially open?
Oh Lord.
What date was it?
Listen, we opened way too early. I was like, we were not ready. I was like, girl, we are opening
But
too fast.
you're never technically
It's just
ready,
that
right?
way.
You
I
just
was
have
like,
to-
we're
you just have
taking
to go.
files. There's
This
Yeah.
is
no
why
way
we're
we're
here.
not.
Remember when I said
Listen.
I was at home in the pool, loving my life.
And I'm calling them. I'm like, listen,
It's time
guys,
to go.
it's time.
My
to
husband's looking out the
go.
window like, are you ever gonna go back to work? And then Beatrice kept calling, and finally, but that's how it is. It's like
It
I
is.
over analyze everything. I'm a perfectionist. I want everything to be perfect. And she's like, it doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be out there. And I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
So it's been great for me because she really pushes me to be more confident in ourselves.
There's something called paralysis by analysis,
I
right?
have it.
Yes.
And so we
I
can
suffer.
get stuck with that all day, but
Yeah.
we just have to go. And
Yeah.
I know we talked about this a while back,
Yes.
and you were throwing it around, and
That's why you
Mhm.
got to surround yourself with people
Absolutely.
like this.
Absolutely.
Like you
100%.
guys, because
Yeah.
I would be fine.
No.
You guys, I'm fine. I'm
You're-
happy. Just put me in a field somewhere.
Yes.
I'm
That's
good.
awesome. No, I'm super happy for you ladies, and I'm happy to be
No,
a
yeah.
part of what it is.
You're
and
part of Harmony. I mean, we couldn't do Harmony without you, and we're so grateful for you believing in us at the capacity that you have.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely,
I mean-
absolutely. Well, I mean, I've worked with you previously, and
Yes.
so it's for us. It's about what you're going to do for our clients, right? The service, what we were talking about, the service you're going to provide to our client, and we're going to make sure that our clients are happy. And at the end of the day, it's all about referrals.
Mm.
And so the way we look at it is, if I represent a seller, perfect. You ladies take care of that seller. They're happy. They go out and tell 5 more people. But the other agent that's
Mhm.
representing the buyer on that side, who may not know who Harmony and Closing Co. is, they're going to be like, wow,
Right.
Right.
that was great
That's
service.
how Chatlin gets all of her clients.
That's it.
Exactly. Which it's interesting because
That's how you
Chatlin-
scale.
Yes. So Chatlin, it's interesting because Chatlin didn't start in sales or marketing. She started, like we had said before, in processing, and she's a closer. She's an escrow officer. She's a title agent. So she just did such an amazing job that people just wanted to send her all their business. Like, she just did such a good job. And eventually she was doing both roles. She was closing all these files while also meeting agents and gaining business. And she managed to scale herself so greatly at one point. And then she also took a break because this industry, as you guys know, can, burn you out.
I
Yes.
took
So-
2 years.
Burnout
Yeah.
is real.
The
It is.
burnout is so real. So she
It
took a break too, and then I called them both. Like,
Yeah.
like
She
she
made
said.
us do it.
was
She's like,
like, I
listen,
don't
I cannot work
care."
for someone else anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot give my agents the service that they need and be fulfilled in my own life at the same time in this place. So we need to do this now. Both of you need to get up and do this. And we're both like, okay. Like, we were on board immediately. Like, I think January 1st was when we were like, okay, January 1st, we're serious. Let's start talking.
Mhm.
And then we started meeting with other people to see if they wanted to be part of it, and nothing ever worked. And nobody else, like nothing ever worked with anybody else. It always, like I always felt like we weren't confident. So we were looking to get confirmation from other people that we were on the right track.
Mhm.
And every time we met somebody, I was like, we don't need their confirmation. It just shows how much more prepared, because everyone that met us along the way is like, you guys are way over prepared. This is way further than anyone else has been, like at this area. And I'm like, that's because I'm the crazy person, the
Overthinker. She's-
perfectionist, you know?
Right, right.
I have the business plan. We don't even have a logo yet, but everything, so like putting all of that love and care into something and being able to like back it up is the most exciting thing for me, because I make branding and marketing for other people and just have to hope that they know how to use it
Right.
and hope that they use it correctly and hope that they stay true to their brand.
Mhm.
And most companies that scale very fast, especially in real estate, it's very hard to hold on to that very first brand.
Yeah.
You're scaling so fast,
Yeah.
So that's important for us. We want to make sure that every single thing that we do goes off of our mission statement.
I love it. Yeah, you're doing it right. I mean, I've seen the progression. I know you're holding files now. I actually,
Yes, we
I-
got your first
I
contract.
sent you a
Yes,
contract
I'm so
last night.
excited.
yeah,
This
it's
is really cool.
let me tell you this. It's been slow on the listing. Like I got a bunch of listings, but the
Right.
movement on the listings
Yeah,
is
we've
slow.
been hearing.
Yeah.
We're hoping
So-
that right now rates are
Rates are dropping.
a little
Yep.
bit. Yes.
Rates are dropping, so that's gonna help. So I got you ladies a contract last night. I have some showing set up for today.
Nice.
So, God willing, we have another
Yes.
contract which you'll get. But
So you guys are up and running now, obviously.
yes.
I know it's not a first full year, but what is your goals for, I guess, maybe next year? Or do you have metrics or like a number that you want to reach of
Oh
closed
my
transactions?
So,
Ballpark, maybe.
So, as far as goals with metrics, we
Right.
literally have a meeting about that tomorrow on the calendar, because
Okay.
numbers is not where we go with first.
Mhm.
Number metrics are out for like 9 months. We have our 9-month goal, but we haven't gotten to the year yet, for
Mhm.
those numbers,
sure.
right? We didn't know what we were going to come into, honestly. We didn't know how fast our business was going to scale or grow, or how loyal our agents were, or if we would have,
Yeah,
if the market would just freeze. Like, you never know.
absolutely.
Anything could happen in the market, so we didn't want to plan on anything. So our scale was like, if we only have 5 closings a month, and then 10 closings a month, and then we ramped all the way up, right? So, but we started everything at like, what if we only get 5 closings in our first 3 months? What do we do? So that was our plan, and that's what we planned for. We planned to make no money first 3 bits.
In our first month, though, I mean,
this
in
is your,
our
this is your first month, right? August?
Yeah,
I think
our
we just
first month
closed our
of
first month, no?
our first month of
full month.
full month of files.
Yeah. But we officially opened last month,
hmm
and it wasn't a full month. And
We were just like on paper, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
but in
nothing
our
was ready.
first 2 weeks, like we weren't like what she likes to say, street cred ready.
Right.
But we were accepting files for like our family and friends, like that group of agents that are really like our loyal family and friends.
Right.
So, I mean, the way that we had done our metrics and like our numbers, we were in the first 2 weeks like 400% in the green.
Nice.
Wow.
So, I
Amazing.
mean, we're really excited for the support and the big welcome that we've received from the real estate community.
Yeah,
from our
everyone's
agents, from
been
our
really amazing.
partners.
That's good.
Everyone's
It's
been really
so
amazing.
nice.
I mean, I haven't heard anything mean or bad, so I love that everyone is keeping all of that to themselves and not telling me. But our reception has been great. People are like so encouraging and so proud of us,
Nice.
and like they keep saying like, we're proud of you, and that's the feeling of like, yeah, because we are on your side and now we're on the other side. That's the
Yeah.
feeling of like, we're you.
We're
But
planning
on
our
this
grand
side-
opening. We're planning our
know.
grand opening.
So
Don't
when's-
say the date.
Don't say the date. Okay, we won't say the date. But
Beep it out. It's in October.
so okay, so what we're gonna do is for you guys that are watching, it's in October.
Yes.
So follow me, follow Beatriz, follow Nikki if
Yes.
you can, follow Harmony Closing Co.
please.
And you will find out when the grand opening is.
Yes, we don't want to announce the date yet because we want to invite,
Bunch of people.
offline, invite everybody first that,
Okay.
and then open it up to
Right.
the public.
Cool.
First, it's important for us. With everything being based in gratitude, we want to reach out to the family and friends, that really good support system that we have in the community,
That we
and
like a lot.
personally invite them
Hmm.
and share the exciting news with them, and then we open it up to everyone.
That's super cool.
And we hope to
Well-
build those relationships with all of you too.
Yep, absolutely. Guys, so here's what I'm going to say about Harmony Closing Co. and Title in general. I've been doing this 20 years. For me, I can be the greatest listing agent. I can get your house under contract. I can get you the number as a seller that you're looking for. But the last piece of the puzzle is closing. And if that piece is not right and the customer leaves unhappy because it was a bad process, that negates everything you did prior to that. And so if I tell you that's one of my most important things is how the file ends with who I entrust to close the deal, and I'm sending all my deals to these ladies at Harmony Closing Co. That says a lot because
That does say a lot. Thank you so much.
it's one of my most important things.
We have that understanding that, I mean, your clients see us as an extension of you. We are only, I mean, we are a reflection of our realtor partners, right? So anything that happens from our end is a direct reflection of you guys. So we understand that we have to come to the table
Right.
100%
Yeah.
every time and
Yeah.
give that file everything we can.
Yeah, and as an agent, your client to give the customer service to someone else and be like, oh God,
Yep.
like especially when your client is difficult.
Well,
you know?
it's a balancing act. You know,
Right.
it's a balancing act, and you have to. Not every seller is the same.
Right.
Not every agent is the same. Everyone has emotions involved, and
Mhm.
so the whole process, you have to really understand how to balance.
Yeah.
And so I'm
I
happy.
I wanted Nikki, I wanted you to share our mission statement because
Oh.
I feel like it says so much about us as a
Yeah,
company and like
please.
Okay, it's to enter every interaction every time with a want and a need to do it better and with more heart than anyone else.
I like it.
Right?
I really
It took
do.
me a year to write it.
That'll
I'm a little
that'll
proud
make
of
me
it.
run through a brick wall.
right?
I like that.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
actually
It's Kobe Bryant quote.
yeah.
So
Is it?
he
Okay.
It's based off of a quote.
Yeah, it was like one of his. I think it was like when he was announcing that he wasn't going to college. It was just kind of an off the cuff.
Hmm.
But he was announcing that he was just going to go straight to NBA. And he said like you have to enter every single game every single time that you were going to do it better than you've ever done it, better than anyone in the game, kind of thing. And it just always like stuck with me because like he embodies that real estate industry of like the self. It all comes from inside of you.
Yeah.
All of that motivation has to come from inside of you in the real estate industry. So his like if you look into his views and his Mamba mentality and his marketing and all of that, it's like it aligns perfectly with the real estate industry. So I modeled the mission statement after that to kind of give a nod to him because I love him, but also because it's exactly what we do and it's exactly why we do it. We
And
know
now we're gonna be the Kobe's of title.
I love it.
Ooh.
Let's do that. That's a big
Kobe's a
statement.
title.
Let's do it. Well, ladies, Alex, you have anything else?
I don't. Actually.
Okay, cool. Well, ladies, look.
Thank you for having me.
Actually, I do have one more thing.
Go
Let's
ahead.
take a step back. We touched on the songs earlier. What are your favorite songs?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
What are your
Oh my
favorite
goodness, okay,
songs?
Yes.
Good
favorite song.
good thinking. I
Yes,
love you.
absolutely.
Mine is obviously All Too Well 10-minute version, Taylor's version, obviously.
Specifically the 10-minute
It's
version.
10-minute version, and
Okay.
it has to be Taylor's version, and it's amazing. It's 10 minutes long, so if you listen to it, it's a commitment, but you have to listen to the whole thing, whole 10 minutes. You can't
Right.
skip ahead.
I heard a story somewhere where you listened to that song on repeat on a flight or something.
Yeah, I think
just
you can
refresh
listen
my
to
memory.
it set
Europe, something
driving.
like that.
I think
Yeah, driving to Louisiana.
driving to Louisiana, you can
How
listen
far
to
is
it
that drive?
72 times in a row.
Oh, you counted. Okay.
72 times.
Flying to Portugal, you can listen to TTPD, her new album, I think 9 times in a row. So I did that in May when
That's
I flew to
impressive.
Portugal to see her. So
That's impressive.
I'm a Swiftie hard. And our music taste shows
Slay.
exactly why we're so diverse
Which
and how
also,
we're so diverse.
I mean, now that you mention it, we also have like an ongoing playlist that we are sharing
Oh,
with
yeah.
everyone. That we ask all of our agent partners to share their favorite songs with us, and we add it to this playlist. And it's again a
really
reflection
cool.
of our community, of the people that we serve.
If you ask someone what their favorite song is, they will never say what you expect.
Mhm.
Like it is always like when you told
it's-
me your
yeah,
favorite song, I was
yeah.
like, what? Like
Yeah.
it is never what I expect.
Mine was Ain't Nothing But a G thing.
Yeah.
But it's
It
so
was
fitting.
great.
It is so fitting.
It's
Look
so
at this
fitting.
man.
Yeah, exactly.
My
Tell
favorite,
yours.
I feel like it's so hard for me to narrow down to a single favorite song. I love Bad Bunny. I
So
love
do
Bad
yeah,
Bunny.
yeah.
I love Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
But I love R&B. Like I love listening to her. I love Sir. I don't know if you're
Mhm.
familiar with Sir.
Mhm.
I'm gonna send you some links.
Okay.
But
Tell 'em your
yeah,
favorite song.
Afro beats. I love Afro beats. I don't have a single favorite song.
What's the one we
That's
put on
why
the
it was so hard
playlist?
for me. But go
Yeah.
ahead. What's
The
what's
one
on
we
your
put on the
playlist?
playlist is so good.
Which one?
The Spanish one.
I mean, all of them.
I don't know the words, babe. It's in
It
Spanish.
might be Otro Lado.
Yeah, it's that
by,
one, it's that one.
Rosario Ortega.
It was that
Okay.
one.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite all time.
Yeah, that was the one we put on the list.
Well,
But
listen.
Me and You by Thames has me in a chokehold as well.
Okay.
There you go. Well, that's the beauty of music, right? There's so many. It's what you're feeling, and so you can feel different ways, different days, and so I love it.
What
Love
about
it, man.
yours, Alex?
what was
What's yours?
The one I told you guys was
The
The
Weeknd.
Knowing by The Weeknd. It
Oh,
just has a special
wow.
place in my
Yes.
heart.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Every time it comes on, because it's so like different from everything else that's on the
Mhm.
playlist, I think of you. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that was Alex.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah, every time a song comes on that's on the playlist, you think of the person. It's really cool.
That
It's
is
really
cool.
cool.
I'll have to send you guys the link.
Yeah, we have
Please
to.
do.
We have to listen to that. Ladies, I truly appreciate. First, I'm proud of you, ladies.
Thank you.
I wish Chadlyn was here. Maybe on another occasion she
Yes.
can show up.
Honestly, you can drill her
she's-
with all the title
but
questions.
she's grinding
Oh, she's
out
so
there.
good.
But I'm proud of you. I'm appreciative of you, and thank you for joining us again on the show.
Thank you for making
Um,
Harmony Closing Co possible.
Yes,
Alex.
yes, and
Thank you
it's
so much.
it's my pleasure. And I can't wait to see what you ladies do next and what we can do together.
100%.
As we leave, as we exit and finish up and wrap up this show, where can our viewers find you, call you, get in touch?
All right, guys. So our office is in downtown Orlando, 122 West Pine Street, Suite 300. It's in the Exchange Building, right across from the
Third floor.
Garland parking lot on the third floor. Yes, we're there waiting for you, ready to receive you. My phone number, this is my cell phone, 407-325-2184. You can also check out our Instagram, Harmony Closing Co., and our Facebook. We're
And our
there for
website.
you. And our website, harmonyclosingco.com.
.com. Yep.
Love it. Thank you, ladies. Alex?
HCC on 3, hands in. 1,
One,
2,
two,
3,
three.
HCC.